The project is to look at the medical district and see to what extent there are opportunities to revitalize the district with people who live here and work here and play here. Here is a beautiful park. You know, in terms of scale, you wouldn't have asked for a better scale. You wouldn't have asked for more mature trees and nice, pathways. Does this park need a design intervention and a $2 million of improvement? I don't think so. This park needs an intentional programming that brings people from the institutions to actually come outside and use this amenity and feel safe that they are not they are going to have a pleasant environment. So part of when we look at the potential, going back to the question of potential, this is an amazing amenity. Why is it not being used? So how can we start, in a way, incubating the usage by working with the institutions to program, whether it is attracting food trucks and creating opportunities for lunch outdoors, whether many of the events that happen inside the institutions to celebrate this or that, why don't we start to actually have them outside? And the more you do that, the more the people within the institutions will feel comfortable in the public realm and will feel comfortable that this is theirs, it's not somebody's else. Because you don't own it, that doesn't mean that you cannot use it. And that's kind of the beginning of a change in people's perceptions. What's missing here is that this has become a job center and not a place for people to live and play and grow children and go to school. And there are some of that, but compared to how concentrated the jobs are, there isn't really any, it's not balanced by the same number of people who live here. So this then becomes a commuter environment, which then is a very, very, what's the word for it? It's a vicious cycle, because the more I am reliant on a commuter population, the more I need parking lots and I need parking. The more I'm buying city blocks to actually take the uses out to put surface parking lot. The more I do that, the more I'm killing life around me. So it becomes a very vicious cycle.
Okay. So if you stand in the middle of this park and you look down this axis, oh, I'm sorry, Omar. If you stand in the middle of the park and you look down this axis, you can actually see multiple institutions. You can see the University of Tennessee's Health Science Center. Beyond that, you've got Memphis Bioworks, and beyond that, you've got Baptist College of Health Sciences. They're all connected, but very, very few people walk this route. And at the end of it, you have a beautiful park. So can you actually start to make these connections more apparent and actually allow people to walk more through the district? There's a natural linear path here that I think very few people know about, and it connects lots of people who work here and who probably don't leave their buildings very often.
That's the beauty of anchor strategies. Usually when you talk economic development in a general conceptual way, you find people focused on where can we get more jobs. And the entire effort is about how do we attract more jobs. Here we have the jobs. We actually have the jobs. We have the spending power. We actually want to husband that. We want to redeploy it to create a fantastic urban lifestyle around the jobs. We are not trying to reinvent and attract more jobs. We want to work with what we have, but we believe you can redeploy what you have and get a much better built environment around you. We believe that the improvement of the quality of life around them will in fact enhance their core mission. They will be able to attract and retain the brightest faculty and the brightest doctors and nurses and staff. They will be able to be much more competitive as they are trying to attract the best and brightest. And for us, it goes without saying that institutions that are worried about the health of the city and the future education of its citizens, as universities and hospitals, should also worry about reflecting those ethos in the environment around them. If your immediate neighborhood actually is not healthy and is pulled down in poverty and all sorts of other ills, but at the end of the day, you as the health system, you are actually trying to treat people and heal people. Well, these two things are connected. They are not disconnected. They are actually part of your core mission. It's a different interpretation of the core mission, but we believe, similar to Penn, if you look at the Penn story, Penn did not overnight hire Nobel Prize winners to end up being the number 3 or 4th university in the nation. What Penn did was improve the quality of life of West Philadelphia, improved the built environment, and in doing so, became one of the most selective and institution. We went from being, I can't remember, being number 20, 25 on the top list of institutions USA-wide, and now always Penn is number 4, number 3, number 5 in that range.